It's so wonderful seeing sexy real estate, but also so wonderful seeing your family life and how vulnerable and open you are about all of your personal lives. Mauricio, I'll start with you because obviously everybody's seen the headlines and I've seen the questions, but did you have any hesitation on discussing the state of your marriage on this season of the show?
Well, look, it was happening. I mean, we were filming and it was part of my life and it was a reality of what was going on. I mean, I certainly had some hesitation in terms of the back of my mind, but at the end of the day, the reality is that I'm doing a television show that's a reality television show with my 3 daughters. And yeah, we talk business all the time, but we also talk about our family all the time. And it was happening. And, you know, from my perspective, for us to be able to put something out into the world, and as you said, to be vulnerable and real, and to put it out into the world and hopefully allow the audience and people to learn from the way that we're handling things. These are real life issues that people deal with on families deal with every single day of their lives. And, you know, we in real estate, you know, one of the primary reasons we sell houses is because somebody's going through a separation, a divorce, or something like that. And I usually see those relationships, and they're usually pretty contentious, and they're usually pretty nasty, and so the reality is that I don't think you need to be that way. And Kyle and I are certainly not being that way. We are still best friends. We still love each other. And I think if people can learn how to do that, it's actually just going to make the process better, that you don't have to hate somebody just because you're going through a separation. So it was nice to put it out there. It's difficult conversations to have with your kids. And if there's certain, you know, fathers or mothers that can learn how to be more open with their kids, to be more real with their kids. Kids are strong. And we can help that, you know, great. But that was the intention of the show, even from season 1, was to try to figure out a way to give some sort of lesson, whether it's real estate, business-wise, or personal, in every episode. So I'm really excited for everybody to tune in and watch, and just watch some really great episodes.
Definitely. Alexia, what was it like for you kind of navigating this new chapter for your family while on camera as well?
It definitely had its challenges, given the fact that, you know, we really did talk about this stuff in real time. So everything was just very natural to what we were feeling and what we were saying in those moments. So I definitely do think that, you know, it is nice to think that maybe some families out there can look at how we handled it. And even though it was emotional, it was definitely, I think, handled in a good way, and we're still working through it. So, you know, difficult, but I'm also glad that we could do it together and that we were able to have these conversations. And there's always some light and some darkness, you know, but we're working through it.
Definitely. Mauricio, one of the things that really stood out to me about your relationship is the moment that you said that maybe you realized that Kyle wasn't in love with you anymore. And as somebody that has followed your relationship for so long, that was hard for me to even hear. How difficult was that for you in that realization? And is there anything that you wish you would have done differently?
Look, we've been married for 29 years. We've been together forever. We're best friends. You know, I'm not sure she wasn't in love with me anymore. I think that it's just, you know, separate lives and not separate lives, but one life. And it's just kind of, you know, we've grown. I'm a different man today than I was 29 years ago when I met her. And she's a different woman today than she was 29 years ago when, you know, she met me. And so, you know, I think that, you know, by us going through this separation is just, and what we're doing, you know, maybe in the future it'll allow us to meet as the new people that we are, you know, and I just know that, you know, we're being very adults about it, and we're in a good place. So yeah, it is hard. It is definitely hard, particularly when you've lived with somebody for so many years. But we're different people today.
Mm-hmm. Is it particularly hard when so many people are interested in your personal lives separately now? Whether it's like, who are you dating? Who is Shell dating? Is that hard for you as well?
That's the hardest part about it, for sure. I mean, to not have any sort of privacy and to just be, you know, everybody's so interested. And quite honestly, the speculation that's out there is annoying because so much of the speculation is just wrong. And to be reading that, and, you know, for my kids to read some of that speculation and some of the stuff, you know, for Portia, it's just annoying because it's just flat out wrong. I mean, I can tell you I've been reached out by multiple news sources, and I've actually, you know, in some cases denied what they were going to write on, and they've actually said, oh, that's not interesting. We're just going to write what we're going to write. And that to me is even more annoying. When you actually reach out, you actually get the real answer, and then you just write whatever you're going to write. I mean, that's just not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. Are you all hopeful for the future, though? All hopeful? Because it seems like you all are handling this as best as you possibly can. So are you all hopeful as you kind of navigate forward, Farrah?
Definitely. We're very, very hopeful. We're a very strong family. We're very resilient. We have 2 amazing parents, the best sisters in the world. Given the circumstances, I don't think it could be any better, or we could be handling it any better. Yeah, we're having a rough patch, which is unusual for our family, but we know that the future is bright for sure.
Yeah. Mauricio, do you agree?
100%. I mean, wherever the future is, I mean, we don't know where the future is at this point. We're just allowing things to happen, and just move forward. But I definitely agree with that. And quite honestly, it's made, in some cases, and you'll watch it on the show, it's gotten me a lot closer to my daughters because we've been much more open, much more real, much more truthful about certain more difficult topics to talk about. And so it's actually made us even closer. So that's kind of nice as well.
True. We've never been closer. Our relationship with our mom, our relationship with Mauricio, our relationship with each other, we have never been so close and so real. So that is 1000% the silver lining.
Definitely. I love seeing all of your dynamics together in business, in personal life. You have a beautiful family, and I wish you guys nothing but the best going forward. And I can't wait for everybody to see this upcoming season of the show. It really is fantastic. And I love seeing Sophia in the mix as well. You're definitely, I love to see it. So thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you so much.